Whew, this is gonna be a tough one, but how's it going, guys? It's me here. Welcome back to another YouTube video, and I haven't done YouTube for about a year now. I think today I'm gonna come super clean of the reason why I haven't done any YouTube. So, long story short, last year I competed in bodybuilding. As you can see, was able to snap a couple of prizes, and I felt pretty proud about myself. But the reason why I was proud about myself was there was a lot of things that happened before the show, that leading up to the show. About 3 months out of it, I thought that I wouldn't be able to proceed with the show because something happened in my family. So I might cry in these videos, but if I don't, okay. I remember on the 21st of June 2022, I was at my friend's place, and my mum gave me a call, and that call basically changed my entire life. She told me that Dad was not feeling well. He was hospitalized. He felt on while he's walking outside on the street. We didn't know exactly what was going on, but Mum was like, there's a chance that he's not going to be with us anymore. And I broke down, like literally about 10 minutes after the phone call, because I was still processing it. I thought that it wasn't anything bad because I didn't feel anything, because it's been a while since I lost someone in my family. After the call, I went to the bathroom and I broke down completely. I didn't know exactly how to feel, honestly, at that point. I took a week off work, booked the flight ticket straight back to Vietnam. The day after I landed, first thing I did was to visit my dad in the hospital and found out he had COVID. At that point, I thought that he was gonna make it. I saw a lot of machines hooking up to him, but I didn't know the severities of the situation. He was really, really weak, and he lost a lot of weight. He couldn't talk. He was in a coma. He couldn't speak to me. I was really worried, and I didn't know exactly what to do at that point, but just to be, I would say at that point, I realized that I'm now the man of the family, that I have to be strong for others. Before I came back to Vietnam, he was sick for about a week already, but then Mum decided to tell me at that point, and because she didn't want to interfere with my work, with my mental health or anything. The moment I reached Vietnam, that's the day that I start to look after my dad. So every single day I would be taking a night shift, would be looking after my dad for 2 weeks when I was in Vietnam. I would take a night shift where I would have to change his food. I have to change his diapers as well because he was bedridden, so he couldn't move around. I had to clean up some of his tubes so that we can use it again because the equipment was quite expensive. Before I left, after 2 weeks of looking after him, many nights, I was crying. I didn't know exactly how to feel again. I wasn't sure whether or not he's gonna pass away on my watch. Like, imagine how seeing your dad just in a coma, not be able to talk to you, and you stand on the side of the bed. And I was just crying. It was an eye-opening experience for me when I saw my dad in that kind of situation. Before he was sick, we never really had that much of a relationship, When I moved to Australia, like 12 years ago, we stopped chatting too much. We stopped talking so much because Dad didn't know how to love me. I think he loved me, but he didn't know how to show it, as a lot of guys do. After I found out that I have to go back to Australia to continue with work at that point, so I left him, and when I left him, he got out of the coma. He could interact with us. He could see us. He couldn't get out of the bed. He got all these machines hooked up to him. His body was unable to filter the blood. That was how severe the situation was. He had to be hooked up to machines, so he couldn't move around at all. And I had to come into the room every single time whenever the nurse called me. And there would be a little, tent we sat next to the hospital that I would be sleeping, not next to his room, but I would be sleeping in over the night. And whenever the nurse called me, I would be coming in and basically follow what the nurse wanted me to do. So I did that for 2 weeks straight. Like, I would be looking after him during the night. I would be sleeping during the day a little bit, go training, and then repeat the same thing again. And that was a tough period. So after he woke up from a coma and he looks like he was okay, then I left Vietnam with a a bit of a peace of mind and went back to Australia. And it was about towards the end of my holiday, and then I went back to work, and 5 days into work I received another phone call. And this was a very certain phone call when mum said that you gotta come home so we can prepare his funeral, because at that point he passed away. So he passed away about 2 days before she called me, and I booked another ticket back. Had I stayed back in Vietnam for a little longer, knowing that he's gonna pass away, I probably could, but I wasn't certain that he was going to pass away, because when I left, he looks much better. But we found out that his body started to shut down, and at that point he was gone. So went back to Vietnam, prepared for his funerals, and I had to look after my grandma because she was the one left in the family. Granddad passed away 2006 due to a car accident, and now my dad passed away. So I'm the only person left in the family. She was crying a lot, and I couldn't cry. At that point, I don't think that I was allowed to cry, because I had to be tough for her and for the people around her. That was 3 months before my show. At that point, I didn't know I was able to make it to the show or not. 3 months out, so that's about 10 weeks. It's not even 3 months, it was 2.5 months, about 10 weeks. And that's when I start prepping a little bit more seriously, because before that I was prepping, I was training, but my food wasn't dialed in. And so I had about 10 weeks of preps. The whole entire time, there were many moments that I thought I was gonna give up. Not because of my dad, but because that it was really hard prepping for the show. Whenever I felt like I was about to give up, I thought about my dad. I kept thinking that he wouldn't want me to give up because of him, but I would be using him as a driving factors on this journey and make him proud. And so those moments of wanting to give up fade away, and it appeared every single week when I wanted to give up. There are certain points every single week that I want to give up for 10 weeks. Every single week there were moments, but whenever that moments came up, I thought about my dad. I thought about how I could make him proud. I thought about what if he was there to watch me on that stage, because he never know how to show love, but I want to show him how to love me by being proud of me, by me putting in the hard work, and just make sure that he knows if he work on himself and he better himself, I'm gonna love him, I'm gonna be proud of him. And that's how we bond with each other. We bond through tough times and great times. So that's what happened over 4 months last year, from the end of June all the way to about October. That's all the emotions that I had to go through. Actually today, the reason why I made the videos today was because that this was the day that he passed away, 17th of July. Yeah, so this is a memory for you, Dad. If you guys are watching this, I know that I got a lot of my students watching this video. I know that I got people that, follow me from afar. I just want you guys to know that at the end of the day, life's gonna be tough, life's gonna be hard. People that you love gonna pass away. You're gonna run into a situation where you wanna give up. But don't just limit yourself to how you feel, but look at the people around you. Look at the people that are leaning on you emotionally. Make them proud. Don't do this just for yourself, but do this for the people around you, so that they can look up to you. They know that you can be a person that they can depend on, and you can be that person that everyone can depend on and be that strong force to drive yourself and your people forward. That's what I'm doing right now. So I just want to share that with you guys. I appreciate you all for watching this YouTube video, and I'm looking forward to making more of them, and I hope that you guys will come and support. So catch you guys later. Bye.